What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Elise Simone, um, one of your hosts of the Audacity podcast, where hard conversations are had. As you can see, this is a solo episode that I'm doing. I know my mom should be popping in and out to do her solo episodes as well. But I just wanted to give like a recap of my last few weeks of January and just kind of getting into the new year and everything that's been going on. This is not going to be a polished kind of episode. It's just giving y'all the raw, the real, and everything that most people really don't talk about very much. So I can say within the first like week of getting into the new year, it was a little bit stressful for me because I definitely wanted to make sure that when we were starting out with this podcast, that things were going to be, polished, things were going to be good. I wanted everything to look good, sound good, feel good, all the things. And so many things were popping up during that time to where it was just like, it was just a lot going on. And um, I wanted to make sure that we just kept reiterating with the podcast, like, this is a great thing that we're going to have happening. And, it's just, we're going to have a lot of great things to talk about and just different experiences that we share um, with each other, just individually, all of the things. And so I'm so much of like a perfectionist to where I'm my worst critic, right? So I think leading up to the podcast, I was like, okay, I want this to look like this. I want this to sound like this. I want the lighting to be right. Like we both have the conversations of that, but it's like with me being on the back end of everything, I'm like, look, it needs to look and sound right until we further, the podcast and things like that. So I think leading into the new year, I was more so dealing with the stress of like, okay, making sure that the episodes are posted on time, they're looking right, they're not just like any old janky looking, you know what I mean? Like it was just the whole 9 yards. So it was really me just being a perfectionist and wanting to make sure that things got done in a timely manner, and then things also just they just looked good. So that was like my first week of January for sure. Just trying to make sure things looked good, they sounded good. Um and yeah, so all while balancing work and getting into a new job, and just trying to work on no hours of sleep. Like, and if anybody knows me, knows like if I don't get my sleep, I am no good for anybody. Okay, don't even talk to me for a little bit, like because I need to get some rest. All right, but yeah, it was definitely like one of those weeks where the new year was great. It felt great. We brought the new year in with some great energy, and we really just know that we're gonna pop out with some great episodes. So make sure y'all stay tuned when it comes to that, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you know every time we post. We may even have like some surprise episodes in between, our scheduled posts, but just make sure that y'all just stay locked in with us, because we have a lot of good things to talk about. I know after kind of getting into the groove of things and still navigating work, within like those next couple of weeks, things in my work life started to shift, and I didn't really know what was really going on. It was just I sensed a shift in my work life. Um, like said in the previous episodes, I work with people with disabilities, intellectual, behavioral, all those things. So you have to have a certain level of patience when being in the type of field that I'm in. And I feel like I pretty much navigate my patience very well. I'm a person where even though I don't have certain patience for certain things, like I don't have patience for certain things is what I meant, but within my work field, I have all the patience. Um, so yeah, I think it was just me navigating a new space, and the energy was very different. And I can say that the first few weeks of January were knocking me upside my head. Okay. so many things were happening. Um, I felt like I was dealing with a variety of different emotions at the same time. I was trying to get kind of like setting into a routine, all while having a podcast, all while working and navigating my schedule when it came to that. It was a lot. And I felt like we started off New Year's with like the vision boards and the rainbows and clouds, and the next thing you know, I get fired from my job. Mm-mm-mm. That in itself was like a gut punch because I didn't understand the reasoning behind it. There really wasn't much of a reasoning behind it. And going into the new year, and you're like, okay, I got this new job, I got this going on, I got this going on. It's like so many things going on, me wanting to expand with my business as far as the Royal Press. So many things that I just had on my brain where I'm like, yeah, this is going to be something that's going to be monumental, and it still is. But just being in that space, like, okay, it's a new year, it's a new everything, and then you get fired from your job. And then I felt like Craig off a Friday because I got fired on my day off. Yeah. So it was definitely one of those. That was how my new year started. Um, I fought very hard to get my job, and I think the main thing that I had once losing that job was the fact that I really didn't have a backup plan. Like I really didn't have like a job in my back pocket like I normally do, because I'm usually one where I'll get 2 and 3 jobs just in case. But I was like, no, I just want to deal with the one. I want to focus on the podcast. I want to focus on my business and just have this one job. And I use my jobs to fund my businesses. Okay. I want to make my money work for me. So I don't see myself trading my time for money forever. But until then, I'm making my money work for me. And that's the mindset that I was in. So when I got that gut punch, it was like, now I have to start all over. Like this was just my mindset at the time. Like now I have to start all over. I don't really know where I'm gonna start at this point. I don't know if I want to go back to old jobs. I don't know if I want to, try something different. It was so many feelings and emotions that were going through my mind at that time, and I was really sad. Like I was really like down in the dumps about it because I don't ever like anyone to ever question my character, especially in the field that I'm in. I'm a person where I'm very much genuine about the work that I do. I will go above and beyond for the type of work that I do. And I care about the people that I'm caring for. And not many people can really say that, especially being in this field. They'll see the money and be like, okay, that's good money. But I'm like, you have to care about what you do. And that was me. So the job to me felt like all the work that I've been putting in was finally starting to come to fruition. Like it matters. Job. I have no problem, walking into somewhere and getting hired on the spot. That's never been an issue for me. It's the fact of starting all over and then where do I start from this point? So that was my biggest feeling that I had once everything happened. I was like, okay, I don't really know what to do or where to go from here. But it kind of shifted me into a space of like, okay, what do I need to be focused on right now so that I'm not getting gut punches from losing an opportunity, that was given to me. Um, Focusing on my mindset to where I can just shift my focus into other opportunities that I may have kind of pushed away out of fear, other opportunities that were like, okay, you know, may have been offered to me at one point, but I just really didn't know how to feel about it. So things like that. And then that was the second week into January. And then also at the third and fourth week was when I started to kind of get back into me and just locking back in. But also during that time, I was locking back in, but I also experienced a different wave of emotion that I have not experienced in a long time. And I think it was just so many things that were hitting me at once, including grief feelings, the loss of a job. Like, I think I was grieving so many things at one time: the loss of a job, the loss of the people that have been in my life, just as of recently, and what I've been dealing with, to where everything just hit me at one time. And I really didn't know how to navigate those emotions, because I'm like, I do pretty good at just kind of like keeping cool, for the most part. Especially since I've been an adult, I feel like I've done pretty well with just keeping cool. And that was a moment where I could just no longer keep cool anymore. It was like everything hit me at one time, and I'm in my bathroom just crying. And it wasn't like one specific thing, it was a whole wave of emotion of so many different things. Like, and it just hit me. And I feel like going into like that third week was like, after that wave of emotion was like, okay, I'm locking back in. I'm remaining locked in. I feel my feelings, and now it's time for me to get back to work. And it took some time. I wasn't able to just like snap back like I knew I usually would. And so, yeah, it definitely took me to release, to be able to receive the things that I've been able to receive. So I ended up accepting two new offers this week. One that was going to be able to push me further into my field and just put me in a higher bracket. So I was able to get the blessing of receiving two new positions. And it wasn't a thing where it was like, oh my gosh, like I just didn't know if I was gonna get it. Like, it was never one of those types of feelings. It was like, I'm gonna put myself back out there. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But I don't feel like I won't, if that makes sense. Not to sound, conceited, but it's like I'm great at what I do. I'm great at what I do. I'm the best at what I do. And I feel like it's time for me to further my education and further um my my space in this field. Not just like put myself into one little box, but just keep going inside of my field and just continuing to elevate. So I was grateful for the fact that out of all that, from the loss and the emotions that I had and all those things, I was able to come out on the brighter side of things and be like, you know what? Yeah, I deserve to push myself into something greater. And that is going to help me in the long run. So those were definitely my emotions throughout those first 3 weeks of the new year. And I remember having conversations with my friends and family, like, we all kind of been going through it in some kind of way. And it was weird because all of us were going through it in some kind of way. And we're like, man, like we just getting hit crazy, but we're all starting to come back and just resurface again, like in a better space, in a better mindset. And so that's what I love, you know. It's I wanted to come to you guys with a real and I wanted to come to you guys with a real and vulnerable moment, because not many people talk about stuff like this. Not many people will sit and just be vulnerable and um, just tell their truth. And that's just what it was for me. Like, I thought I had a great opportunity, but then it pushed me into something even greater. So let me know, like, if how your year started out. Like, how have your first few weeks of the new year been? Like, how has, everything shifted for you? If you've ever experienced something similar to my situation, like, let me know in the comments. Like, how did you navigate that, and what did it push you into? You know what I'm saying? So if your year started rough, confusing, nothing like you had even planned, you're not alone. You're not behind in anything. Um, you're just in the part that nobody really talks about or even posts about. So just keep that in mind. I want to just give you guys like a brief little episode, let you guys know like what I've been dealing with these past few weeks, and to know that like you will come out on the brighter end of things, even if it may not feel like it. So just keep going. Just keep going. Yeah. This was supposed to be posted like a few days ago. And then I came down with some weird stomach bug, and I was like, look, if y'all are sick and whatnot, keep that to yourself. Okay. Like if you sick, keep that to yourself, baby. Because I don't have the time. Like the devil be working. Okay. So yeah, that's a big thing, just everything was just hitting all at one time. But I came out on the greater end of things, and I'm grateful for the opportunities that I've been able to receive since going through those changes in my life. And it's only up from here. I can take a lot of hits, but this is enough for right now. Okay. So yeah, this is the Audacity podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Elise Simone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, share your experiences. Let me know if you've dealt with anything similar. And yeah, just keep going, man. Because you may be dealing with a rough moment and a hard moment, but it's not a hard life. So just keep that in mind. Keep going. Keep striving. Do your best. Stay focused. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.